This is a film where reality and delusion blur into an unsettling web. A film that questions the very nature of sanity and identity. Directed by Martin Scorsese, this 2010 thriller isn't just a psychological puzzle. It's an exploration of the human mind in all its fragility and complexity. But what if the true horror of the film isn't what's happening on the surface, but what's lurking inside us all? What if the most terrifying thing isn't the madness of others, but our own? The film opens with U.S. Marshal Teddy Daniels arriving on the ominous Shutter Island. The weather, as foreboding as the island itself, feels like an omen. From the very beginning, we're introduced to a man who seems to have everything figured out. He is tough, determined, and driven by a personal mission to find a missing patient from Ashcliffe Hospital, a psychiatric institution on the island. But as the fog rolls in, it's clear that there's something much darker waiting for him and for us. Teddy's first few moments on the island give us a classic hero narrative. He's the good guy, the smart investigator, the one who will bring the truth to light. Teddy's quest is not just about uncovering the mystery of the missing patient, but actually about unraveling the mystery of himself. And his partner, Chuck, is another enigma. Chuck seems like the perfect sidekick, steady, logical, and supportive guy. But it's interesting how he always stays one step behind Teddy. Is Chuck simply playing the part of the loyal partner? Or is there something more? Throughout the film, we never truly learn much about Chuck. His silence, his strange detachment from the investigation, becomes just another puzzle piece that slowly grows in significance. Could Chuck be someone else? Or is he too trapped in the maze of Teddy's mind? Then there's Dr. John Cowley, played with a calm, unsettling authority. Cowley is the head psychiatrist at Ashcliffe, and his role in the story is both complex and elusive. He's a calm and rational presence amidst the chaos of the island. His conversation with Teddy served to both challenge and persuade him deeper into the mystery. However, as the film goes on, we begin to see that Dr. Cowley's true intentions are far more ambiguous. What's important here is the role that Dr. Cowley plays in Teddy's unraveling. Cowley becomes a mirror to Teddy's mind, cool, controlled, but hiding something darker beneath. His calm demeanor hides a deep, almost paternal control over Teddy's perception, leading us to a question whether he's truly trying to help Teddy or whether he's subtly manipulating him. The island itself feels like a character, ever present, suffocating, inescapable. The storm that traps Teddy and Chuck on the island is more than just a bad weather. It's actually a metaphor for the emotional and psychological storm inside Teddy's mind. As the wind howls and the sky darkens, Teddy's sense of control starts to erode. The more he investigates, the more the boundaries between reality and illusion begin to blur. The storm represents the chaos within Teddy. It's the tempest of his repressed memories, his guilt over his wife, and his unresolved trauma from World War II. The storm trapped him much like how the truth is slowly cornering him into a place he cannot escape. Teddy's flashback to World War II, specifically the traumatic experience he had as a soldier, serve as a key emotional touchstone in the film. The most haunting of this flashback is the scene where Teddy recalls liberating a concentration camp, an event that leaves him deeply scarred. These images of horror, violence, and guilt aren't just memories, they are wounds that have never healed. That's why I love this character so much, since it shows how relatable he is in the real world where we experience some sort of trauma that changes our lives forever. And although his post traumatic stress disorder plays a significant role in shaping Teddy's character, the trauma Teddy carries is an internal force, a constant companion that distorts his view of the world. As we witness Teddy's breakdown, we realize that his obsession with finding answers is rooted in something much deeper, his need to confront and escape the trauma that has haunted him for years. As the investigation unravels, we discover something that shifts the entire narrative. Teddy Daniels, the one we've been following, actually doesn't exist. He's Andrew Lightis, a man who killed his wife Dolores after she drowned their children. Teddy's identity is a construct, a defense mechanism that has allowed him to survive the unbearable guilt of his actions. This twist is where Shutter Island shifts from a traditional mystery thriller to an exploration of the human psyche. It's not just that Teddy is someone else, it's that Teddy has created someone else to cope with a past he cannot face. The horror is not in the island or the patients, but in the realization that the true monster Teddy has been hunting is himself. As Andrew Lightis finally confronts the truth, it's as if the world shatters. His entire identity, his purpose, everything he thought he knew about himself is reduced to dust. The moment of revelation is gut wrenching. We see not just the breaking of a man, but the breaking of a psyche that has fought to survive through delusion. And Martin Scorsese uses this breakdown to explore an uncomfortable truth that sometimes the mind cannot bear the weight of its own mistakes. It would rather build a new identity, create a new reality, than confront the truth. And in Teddy's case, the truth is unbearable. His children are gone, killed by his own wife, as well as his wife, murdered by his own hands. The horror of that realization of living with the knowledge that you destroyed the people you love the most is one of the most emotionally painful moments in cinema. The final scene is a moment that has stuck with the audience long after the film ends. Andrew looks up at Chuck and asks, which would be worse, to live as a monster or to die as a good man? This line encapsulates the central theme of Shutter Island. It asks a question that transcends the film itself. What would you do if you face your own darkest reality? Would you choose to live in the horror of who you truly are? Or would you prefer to create a lie and die with some semblance of peace? It's a question that applies not only to Teddy, but to all of us. How do we live with the things we can't forgive ourselves for? But beyond the twists, beyond the suspense, Shutter Island is a meditation on mental illness, guilt, and the human need for self preservation. Andrew Lightis' psychological journey is an extreme version of something we all experience, the battle with our own demons. The island isn't just a physical prison, it's a metaphor for the way our mind isolates us from the world around us. I mean, how often do we lock ourselves away, hiding from the truth about who we are, about the mistakes we made? Teddy's journey is both tragic and cathartic. It's a story about a man who spent his entire life running, only to find the greatest monster was the one inside his mind. The final shot of Andrew's face, staring back at us, really haunted me till this day. I mean, is he truly breaking free from his delusion? Or is he choosing to live in a comforting lie he has created? The film leaves this question unresolved, and in doing so, it challenges us to face our own struggles with truth, identity, and self forgiveness. If you guys like the video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and comment if you guys have any suggestion in my next video.